I am surrounded all day by people who are fluent speakers of English or nearly fluent speakers of English. And one of the main questions that people ask me is, how can I speak better English? And I tell them, if you are a fluent or near fluent speaker of English, then asking how can I speak better English is the wrong way to think about it. Completely the wrong way to think about it. Because once you get to that level, it's not a question of speaking a better... Once you get to that level, it's not about speaking better English anymore. It's about putting more vivid images into people's heads. And so, for this speech, which was project number 4, how to say it, I wrote down that the main thing that I wanted to say tonight was that stories happen in the reader's head, not in the writer's head. Or as for speakers, a good speech happens in the listener's head, does not happen in the speaker's head. Your job as a speaker is to offload as much of the processing power into the audience as possible. Because the images that they create in their heads will be far better and much more vivid than any images or any descriptions that you could make in any language. The images that are in their head are much better than anything that you could say. And so as a speaker, your job is not to find the right words. Your job is actually to kick off images in people's heads. And that's the best way to give a speech or to write a story or to whatever form your communication takes. A couple ways that you can do that you can kick off these images in people's heads. One is to tell a story. And that is something that I think that Fatma had an opportunity to do. And it was an opportunity that you could have made much better use of. She asked us at the beginning, have you ever dreamed about starting a business? And here is a person on the stage who has started her own business. We heard in the introduction that she started her own business. And so telling a story about how you started your business or how you decided to start your business, almost any story that you tell is going to kick off images in the audience's head. So that's one great way to kick off these images, is to tell a story. Another way that you can cause these images to happen in people's heads is to ask questions. Or actually, one of the great benefits of asking questions is that asking questions causes a lot more brain activity to happen in your audience members. You basically just get to stand up there and be silent and listen. And so Fatma began her speech with the question, have you ever dreamed of having your own business? But then she launched into the things that you would do to start a business. Have you ever dreamed about starting a business? Do this, do that, do that, do that, that. And so then when you start listing all the things that you need to do, A, B, C, D, E, then you bring the responsibility for the processing power back onto yourself. And the audience just kind of gets to sit there passively and listen to you and maybe think about other stuff. If you keep asking them questions, have you ever thought about starting your own business? Why did you think about starting your own business? What kind of business did you think about starting? Have you ever tried to start a business? You just keep asking questions. And then you're not having to do anything except ask questions, but your audience is having to do most of the thinking.
Sorry. Wrap up, please.
I was just about to wrap up because I saw the red light.
It didn't seem that way. So.
Yeah. So before I was interrupted, now my evaluation is going to take a hell of a lot longer because I remember what the hell I was trying to say. Anyway, good job, and the key to, once you get up to the higher levels of the language, the key is to push as much of the processing and responsibility onto the audience as possible. Good speech, Fatma, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Matt. Sorry.